Hi, Zesties. Well, my life's destroyed and I have no one to blame but myself, but at least I can get Crumbl. I don't even have the stand in the correct way or anything. I have to buy these like adhesive circles on Amazon. But soft girl era is officially canceled. I was really hoping that 2025 would be my soft girl era. But I guess I'm just not meant to be a soft girl. It just wasn't meant for me. I'm gonna have to struggle and battle and whatever. But you know what? At least I can get my Crumbl. But you know, ever since I started doing this, I really do like Crumbl and I really look forward to doing it. But you know, it's really hard, like, I can blame my disability or disabilities or whatever. I have 2 physical problems. This one is so interesting. I'm trying to think of what flavor is in that frosting. Maybe it's like lemon and raspberry. But anyway, you know, I could blame my disabilities, and don't get me wrong, I think that would mess anyone up. Love lemon cookies. Well, this is a lemon cake, but I love lemon sweets. And you know, I had all of these plans and goals and whatever. Then, permanently injured my left hand. This genetic hip problem that I have called a hip impingement just randomly appeared. You know, and it just made me feel like all my hopes and dreams and everything were shattered. Oh, oh. And like, I guess a lot of people take like becoming disabled really well. I don't quite get it. I feel like this is this, you know, stupid like alpha male mentality or whatever that I'm just never gonna have. That's just not me, you know what I mean? So, like, someone becomes disabled and they're like, I will fight till the end, I'll never give up. And I just became very depressed. You know, if I talk about this to anyone I know, it's just seen as complaining or being negative or whatever. You know, it's very hard to have physical problems, and it's very isolating. It's very, very isolating. You know, I've been struggling with this for 5 years now. You know what I mean? 5 years. And hopefully this year I'll get the hip surgery, which is absolutely terrifying. Like, You know, getting a hip surgery just sounds absolutely terrifying. But what can I do? But you know, I really wish that like when all this happened, right, I would have just accepted it and like chilled and just kind of continued on with my life. Just pretend that I'm not disabled, kind of like what the others do, right? But I just haven't been able to do that, you know? I just have kind of gotten depressed or whatever. And like, but you know, I should have, but you know what, like I think in my mind, I've made a lot of huge mistakes. Particularly financially, and that's kind of all I care about, because like I have this dream of buying a home, and I almost did. I could have bought my beautiful town home in Fort Lauderdale in 2019, and my landlord was trying to sell it to me $40,000 cheaper than it was supposed to be. To today's standards, it would be what he was trying to sell it to me back then, nowadays would be like free. It was like dirt cheap, you know what I mean? But I didn't want a loan, and I didn't know anything about money or finance or whatever. And you know, I just feel that, you know, I should have just stayed course, just work and, you know, save money to buy a house or whatever. But you know, to be honest, I worked like 10 years with this hope of buying a house, and it didn't work. So I kind of, now I'm feeling kind of like, well, okay, if working didn't work, so I want to try something else, you know what I mean? But my endeavors just seem to take me further from my goal. But you know what? All I can do is try to improve, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep swimming in the ocean and have that be, that's my way of exercising, because I haven't exercised since becoming disabled. And in the ocean or in the water, I can do whatever I want, you know, I don't feel any pain or whatever. So, and then, you know, maybe I just need to go harder on here. Maybe I need to get Zesty Nation really popping. I don't know how much I want you guys to know about me, but I have all these mukbangs I want to do. I want to do story time of when I fell for the MLM. You know, I really have to think of what I want to do. But, you know, I can't give up. I can be sad, I can be down, or whatever. I don't have to be Mr. Alpha and be like, oh, I'm gonna fight till the end and whatever, you know what I mean? I can feel my emotion. By the way, this is something I support. Men, you know, being open emotionally or whatever. But, you know, that doesn't mean I'm gonna give up. Even though it's been hard, because even like I recorded a really long cooking video, and it's like too long, my computer like won't let me edit it. Probably need a better computer. I need some of these little stickers. Like, oh, it's just, everything's a mess. But you know what? Zesty Nation will be 1 million strong. Mark my words, okay? Bye, Zesty.